Good evening to all my lovely collectives out there. It is I, your girl, E Dogs World, Mrs. Whimsical. However, you have stumbled across and associated me as far as my vlogging goes. Good evening. If you do not know me, welcome. This video has found you specifically on purpose. I'm here tonight in my blue robe. This blue robe, actually, I gave birth in. This blue robe is very special to me. But I need to let it go. I need to eventually invest in a nice, robe, silk, whatever. But until then, I really love this robe a lot. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that fun fact. But yeah, I'm getting on here tonight because I want to continue the momentum. First of all, I want to say that I love you guys so much. Like, I just want to make sure I say that because in building the momentum and in posting and in continuing to make sure that like I get all my stuff out for my journal journey for myself first and then to share with you in efforts to help at least one person. I really have started to see the support, like, and it just warms my little heart. It does. Like, the following is growing. We're at 126 followers. For me, they're genuine subscribers. Like, I'll literally get on randomly throughout the day and then I'll see like it up by one subscriber. And that for me is like everything. The videos, like the views are like going up. Like, and I'm doing this cool new thing where I'm just adding zeros to everything. Like, that's just what I'm doing. And it's working for me. I'm adding zeros to the number that I see on the following. I'm adding zeros to the number that I see in subscribers and likes. I'm adding zeros to my paychecks. I'm adding zeros to the amount of like blessings and like things that I get to have. I'm just adding zeros to it. I'm adding whatever I want to add to what's going on in my narrative that starts first in my mind and then, reaches out into my physical reality. So it's been working. First of all, I just want to share that, well, second of all, first of all was that I love you. Second of all, I am exhausted. I don't know if it is the time change. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just my life in general, all good things, but I'm just tired, like physically. But then my spirit has so much energy. So it's cool, but my physical body is just like kind of on autopilot because of like the long list of stuff that I have to do. That's what's making me tired. What's making me tired is my literal things to do. A lot of the things that I have to do put me in my masculine energy. They do. Like, I run majority in my masculine energy. And the whole feminine masculine energy thing has been something that I have been trying to understand. It's something so simple, but believe it or not, it's so hard for me to understand, like, how it can affect me, how, depending on how I show up, depict certain outcomes, blah, blah, blah. So I gave up a long time ago trying to understand all that stuff. But I do know, especially right now, me being tired and my long to-do list, my tiredness is coming from running majority off of my masculine energy. So I really take a lot of gratitude in this moments that I get to have now, like when I get to go home and relax. Like, I kind of really jazz it up for myself because I know that I'm tired. And I know that I'm running a lot off of my masculine energy. So I have to treat myself to a nice bath. I have to treat myself to a nice playlist that relaxes me, which I have not turned on. Let me see if I can turn it on right now. I have this really good smelling diffuser that was gifted to me, that really humidifies the room as well, but it gives off this really nice smell and stuff. I gotta appeal to all the senses, okay? Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, touch, everything. I have some fruits here. And these fruits signify how I be minding my own business. Okay, that's what these fruits signify. As I was cutting these fruits before I got on today, because I had already decided after I took my shower, like, I'm gonna vlog tonight. I was like cutting these and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna eat these with my collective tonight. And whatever comes out as far as the content of whatever this video is gonna be. But these fruits are giving mind the business that pays you. Okay? And I feel like that really helps with my sanity, especially since, like I said, I have a lot of things to do, and I'm thankful because all the things that I have to do are all important things and maintain the lifestyle that I have, and it's great, but it's a lot. So even these fruits, my nice bath, my robe that I gave birth in, sitting here talking to you guys, like, this is my feminine time. So I just wanted to acknowledge that to myself, like, yeah, we run off of our masculine and we're still trying to understand this whole feminine thing, but you got this. Like, you're doing great. We're soft and supple and all those great things. So yeah. So putting zeros behind everything has been something I've done, and in doing the zeros thing, I think that's why, like, I've been getting like a lot of work, which has been putting me in my masculine energy, because I have to manage all that. I have to do my own accounting, my own routes, factor in my other schedule, which is being a full-time mom, and everything else that I'm involved in, like, factoring all that together is I think associated, like, the amount of work that I have is associated with those zeros. So it's great, but the more zeros, when it really comes to financial, like, my body feels it. So in knowing that, I'm like subconsciously and consciously, like, during this time, when you do find it in you, excuse the water running, when you do find it in you, always, like, make sure to cultivate what's next as far as transferring out of the line of work that I do now. And I have been talking about this for years. I have vlogs on here where I'm speaking about, like, transitioning into something else other than dog grooming. But if you're going to be adding zeros, when I tell you my schedule is, like, booked, and yes, that's an amazing thing, but it's like I have to actually service these. I'm a pet stylist, for those of you that are new here. I'm a dog groomer. But I have to actually service these people. So yes, it's great to have a lot of clients, but it's a lot. But it's really just amazing to really see what your thoughts really can make or break your life and make or break your situation. So minding the business that pays me, like, for any drama, anything that I notice is like a little off, but it doesn't have anything to do with me, I stay the heck out of it. I really do. Because my energy is really used on my bass for later on in the night, for me to try to get through these schedules and to be alert, to be active in my son's life. Like, I don't have time to talk things out about things that you and I have already realized are not going to work. I don't have time to hear about what he or she is doing and how they sound weird and how they're crazy and drama, and I don't have time for that. And even in the things that I allow my brain and mind and eye gates to take in, when, especially like when I'm working, will listen to, like, podcasts and stuff. And, like, naturally YouTube will, put out stuff, and the things that I search, or things that may pop up that maybe have been something in my past, I don't revisit like 2025, like I'm really not revisiting anything in my past. I'm not interested in being educated in things that I maybe wanted to have, that I would have needed in order to get me to the point that I'm in now. Not that I've ever searched for this one specific, but it did come up on my newsfeed today. And I was like, oh, I got to vlog about this. It was something about a narcissist or something like that. And I was like, the way they titled it, it was like, it almost clickbaited me. Because it was just like, I just wanted to hear what he could have possibly have had to say. But I was like, we're not attracting narcissists. I still don't even fully understand what a narcissist is. I knew there was like a phase, and probably still is, where all of a sudden the word narcissist came out, and then everyone's just been running with it. But I say all that to say, not only am I adding zeros to everything, to the subscribers, to the viewers, to my paychecks, to my income, to how when I open my bank account, what I see, I am also doing that in other areas of my life where I don't care if it's just something new for me to see or learn, or it's entertainment on TV. I am not watching it if I don't want that in my life. I don't watch scary movies. Why? Not because I'm scary, but I don't watch stuff that I don't want to happen to me. So I just don't like watching stuff that are scary. I don't like watching the news. It's not because I don't want to be educated, but it's like I have 24 hours in a day and it's just me. So I don't get the luxury of being like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, like, to send my son to school. I'm so scared to, like, go outside today, because no, I don't get that luxury of being scared. So it's like I try to just not watch that kind of stuff. And I also don't care about what this narcissists are doing. I don't care about what low value men are doing, low value women are doing. I don't care about how, whatever negative, right? There's no good people in the world. And all these things, like, I'm not concerned because I only want to be concerned with what I want in my cart. When we go to the grocery store, we don't go park our car, grab a cart, and start filling it with stuff we don't want. No one on this God green earth does that. Nobody. I'm not talking about like the snacks and stuff. Those are things we don't need. But I'm not talking about that. I'm literally talking about, like, if you're a person that's allergic to fish and hates just the smell of fish, you're not going to go to the fish aisle and put a bunch of anchovies in your cart. You're just not going to do that. If you're a person who despises with everything in you tater tots, true story. I don't like tater tots. I don't know what it is about tater tots. I just don't like them. I'm not going to go and put them in my cart. So why would we do that in our everyday life? Like, oh, I just want to see what this is about. Oh, it's entertaining. Oh, they're talking about it and I just happened to stand there, so I chimed in. If we're not going to go to the grocery store, if we're not going to go on Amazon or whatever search engine that you guys use to online shop and put stuff in our cart that we don't want, that we despise, that we don't want at all, we just don't want it. We don't like it. It's the same in what we're attracting. Don't watch that stuff. Don't click on that stuff. Don't educate yourself on that stuff. Especially all this avoidant attachment, this attachment, that attachment. Sure, once you really decode all that stuff, I might fit the mold of quite a bit of that stuff. You might fit the mold of quite a bit of that stuff. And yes, sometimes it's essential to understand like how and why we maneuver in the ways that we do. But what will happen? I am fathoming what will happen if I only put stuff in my cart. If I only put success stories in my cart. If I'm only putting stories of people who have overcome stuff, the things that I have overcome, and they're on the other side. That people who are actually like doing the things that I want to do, that are going to the places that I want to go, being the person that I want to be. Why don't I put that in my cart? People that talk like me, people that have the same interest as me, you know? If I don't want a narcissist, if I don't want a man that's going to use me and make me be in my masculine energy by, whatever, I don't want to watch stuff about what to do to beware for them and all these. No, I want to watch all the stuff that I want. I want to be around the things that I want. I'm only going to put stuff in my cart, not only at the grocery store, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, especially through my eye gates of what and through my ear gates of what I actually want. I don't care about some of the education that I may need to try to understand why I function the way I function. I want to skip a step to just get what I want. That's it. I don't care about the how at this point. Like I've dropped the how a long time ago, but I'm really 2025 dropping the how. Even with my studies, I have been struggling, and now it's leaked onto my son. It has leaked onto my son in his schooling, where he's struggling with his studies. And I have books that I need to read, things that I need to do, for things that I actually am interested in. But my attention span just doesn't want to read. It just doesn't want to sit down and take notes. It just doesn't want to do those things. But I want to, but it's like my body just moves around. So I like understand how my son feels. But I have decided that I'm a person that does these things. And when I did that, when I tell you one of the subject matters that I just needed to understand and be able to vocalize beautifully, I was doing it in the car. And I was like, I'm going to decide today that I'm a person that can sit down and just read this material that I already know. I already know this material. This is material that I believe. And stop saying the excuse of me moving around and not liking to read. Like, basically, I'm going to speak only what I want to happen to myself, because I'm my biggest enemy. I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest hindrance. None of you guys are my biggest hindrance. None of you guys are stopping any show. Okay? Only me. And I need you to carry that same energy. Tell the person to your left and to your right, none of you guys are stopping anything that's going on over here. The only one that's in your way is you. The only one that's in my way is me. So what if I tell me, wow, you did so good. Just because you literally 2 days ago, because I really did 2 days ago, I sat down and I really read and kind of circled the points that actually I needed to make sure I hit. And I didn't realize today while I was in the car and I was regurgitating it, how my brain really remembered everything that I circled. So I'm like, not only are these zeros coming in, even though they're in the form of like dogs, where I'm just like up to my neck with how much work I have to do, but because I put zeros, I know that's why they're flooding in. Because I mind the business that pays me, that's why I'm able at the end of the day, even from being tired, smile, enjoy my bath, eat my fresh fruits, drink my water, okay? Not be stressed out and scared and like stressed and anxiety ridden, you know? So I don't know if you got anything from this. I know I was like kind of all over the place, but watch it a couple times and just get the nuggets. Get the nuggets. This is for the males and the females out there. What else? I have one more request. One more request. I don't ask for much, but one more request. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, can you drop a purple heart? If you're new here, can you drop a yellow waving hand specifically? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But if nothing else, just that purple heart will do the world for me. I don't want to be afraid to ask. I don't want you to be afraid to ask for help. I don't want you to be afraid to ask for love. I don't want you to be afraid to give love. I don't want you to be afraid to grow, evolve, and learn and unlearn, to make a mistake, to bump your head, to be ashamed of your past. I want you today moving forward to own who you are and own the the time that you're in right now, because you can't get it back. Whether you're not in the best state of being, or you're working on it and you're getting better, whatever state you're in, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's all about what you decide to do with this time. Okay? I love you so much. Big hugs to all my collective, okay? And I will definitely be catching you on the next one, all right? Thank you so much for spending this evening with me. I just don't even want to get off, but I must go now. Love you so much, all right?